Mr. Transformers 96 here with another custom figure review. This time I've done two customs in the Funko Pop line for Incredibles, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible in their classic uniforms, of course before Edna redesigned their uniforms. So these were two that I definitely wanted to do. I thought it would be really fun, considering they both just require repaints. You don't need to resculpt anything or anything like that. So I am very excited to get them done. So yeah, I finally have them both done. I finished Mr. Incredible quite a while ago. Elastigirl I've been working on for a while now, and I might do still some tweaks and some maybe extra coats on some of these figures, but for the most part they're done, so I am very excited to show them. So let's start it off with Mr. Incredible, as he was the first one that I completed. Mr. Incredible, of course, just taking this version of Mr. Incredible and repainting it. There was a Mr. Incredible that came out in his classic costume back a long time ago in one of the earlier Disney series, and but it's done in that old style of Pop where they have the same stances and they look kind of derpy, and so I definitely like the new designs of Pops where they have more personality and then they showcase their characters a bit better. So I definitely wanted that classic design with this body sculpt because I think it's very cool. So basically what I did was I didn't touch the head at all. The head's exactly the same. Don't need to touch it. He wears the same mask and everything. So that was perfectly fine. So all I had to do was take the body and repaint it. And as you can see, just added blue, black, and a splash of red. The blue, I just had the perfect shade of blue already. I don't remember what I used this for. I think I used it for my Berserker custom, but I had the shade of blue that just was the perfect shade already, so that was excellent. Didn't have to worry about that. And then of course the black is very easy. Just had to there's some areas that are not sculpted that I had to paint, the little thing here, and did it quite nice. It came out pretty straight. I'm quite happy with it. And then the logo, that came out straight as well. So just if you take your time, you can kind of get it straight, and it looks really good. So yeah, so I'm very happy with how the Mr. Incredible turned out. I think that he was really just exactly what I was hoping for. So I am very happy with that. And taking a look at these two guys, they just look really cool together, and they totally have a different feel to them, which is very cool. Now, with my Elastigirl was harder because her colors are a little bit more unique than him, because I already had the blue, and then of course there's just black and red for him, but for her she needs not just red and white. She needs a shiny metallic glittery type of red, and then she needs a pearlescent but with a few pieces of glitter, white, and it's just her colors are more unique. So I went and I tried a few different things with the legs and arms. I kind of tried to blend a metallic red in with a glossy red, because my metallic red is a little lighter than I would have wanted, and the glossy was darker, but I wanted that metallic shine to him, so it almost has that glittery type of look. So that's kind of what I did there, and then it didn't turn out great, so I ended up just painting more of the metallic on it than the glossy red. And then with the mask, I just did metallic. I think I'm going to do a second coat on the mask just because the black underneath is very dark, so I think that I'll put on a second coat just to really cover it up. But as you can see, I think that it turned out pretty nice. I think it looks cool. I love this white. This is a pearlescent white. It's kind of a metallic pearlescent white, and it turned out perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. That's very accurate to the movie, so I am very happy with that. And then the logo, I just painted black with a silver. I used silver to paint the actual physical logo, so that was nice and pretty easy. It's very small, but it's a good detail. And then with the thighs, I struggled with what to do with the thighs, because in the first movie, in Incredibles 1, she has bare thighs where it's just her skin. But of course, 10 years or more than 10 years later, 14 years later, I think actually, they were they're obviously trying to, they don't want the woman character to have just bare thighs. It's trying to catch up with the times, of course. So they actually have her in dark gray thighs, the actual cloth that she's wearing. So I struggled with which one to do, if I want to do the new movie or the old movie. On the new movie, she's barely in that costume at all. It's for one scene. It's not a very important scene whatsoever, and therefore I decided to go with the original version. But I was worried about that because I figured that the shade of skin color that I get would not perfectly match the head, and therefore I would need to repaint the whole head. So I wasn't quite sure if it was going to work, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and if it didn't work, I'd do the gray. And I did it, and it matched pretty well. The skin coloring on the thighs matches the head quite nicely, I have to say. So I'm very happy with that, and therefore, I was able to stick with that one, and that's the one I personally wanted because it's a little more. I prefer the first movie anyway, so it matches the first movie more, and I enjoy that. So I'm quite happy with that. One thing is that she does have a band in her hair when she is wearing this costume in the first movie, and of course this figure does not have a band in her hair, which is disappointing. It would have been nice. I considered there's really no good way to actually like sculpt it because I would need to like really burn down a portion of her hair so that the band is beneath the level of her hair because her hair has to go over the band. So it wasn't feasible to actually like try to resculpt anything to achieve that look. So I decided just to not go with it, and it looks fine. And, you don't even notice it. If I didn't mention it, I'm sure nobody would have really noticed that. Oh, she doesn't have the headband. So overall, I'm very happy with how these two turned out. I think they look really cool. I had a lot of fun doing both of these, and yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other customs that I could do from like Incredibles, and I don't really think of anything that I can do particularly. But yeah, as you can see here, he is with Frozone too, the three of them, because these are kind of the classic heroes together. Frozone, of course, never updated his costume, so he fits in nicely with their old costumes. I think that they do look really cool together. So yeah, so overall, really happy to get these done, and I think that they turned out very nice. I was a little worried if they'd ever turn out great, but yeah, they were able to turn out quite nicely, and I'm very happy with it in general. So yeah, so I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on my custom and just the figures in general, and thanks so much for watching.